XCOM day is usually all mods. It's true blue. And we'll do XCOM on Wednesday. Just woke up this morning dissatisfied with the last day of Civ and wanted to play more Civ. It's kind of how I deal with losing, is I want to play again. Either get better or do better. I guess I'm minus fruity as well. I don't really care what I get right now. Yay for Civ Monday. Well, we'll see. Because the XCOM crew at some point will be representing, and they might say boo for Civ Monday. And I do try to stick to my schedule, but wanted to play Civ this morning. No, Kuba, it was the game after the game versus Tank. I played one last night. Played a late game last night. Oh god. There's not a lot of good bands in here. There's a lot of really fucking overpowered shit left. I mean, Poland's gotta go. And what else don't I feel like playing against Maya? Sounds pretty strong. I kind of want to get a Maya game, but you always got to remember that when you're banning, the odds are against you. If any Civ left in there, it's much more likely the opponent gets it than you get it. Webcam's been freaking me out this morning too. It's I can't show you the webcam with the webcam. Let me see if I can find it on line. That I won't bother. I don't fear this once a game. Just a moment. So I think it's the way the sunlight is catching it, but the little red eye in the middle of my webcam was visible when I woke up this morning, and like the immediate fear is, was my webcam hacked? Has it just been running this entire time? We have a guest in the game. Guests don't get to play the game. Why do I hate ACIU so much? Because he doesn't play rationally. He plays irrationally, and in his mind, I'm always the biggest threat, regardless of my position, regardless of how anyone else is doing in the game, regardless of anything whatsoever. So it's always ACIU the entire game doing his absolute best to stop me from doing anything. Hey, Tennessee. So it's not so much a love-hate relationship as it is, it's like, imagine you're playing a six-way free-for-all where hypothetically every single player in that game is trying to win the game, except one of the players isn't trying to win the game. All he's trying to do is stop you winning the game. And at that point, it gets a little frustrating. Why immortal difficulty? We get this question asked about 100 million times. I think we have FAQs for this. I think we have commands for this. It's because it influences your starting happiness, and it influences the strength of city-states. So city-states generate workers quicker, build more military, and are harder to tribute, and are harder to kill because they have more military. People guess commands. I don't remember the commands either. It's you know, Civ isn't fun when you're constantly targeted. It's at some point you reach like a level where if enough people spend enough resources to stop you in a game that you're not doing perfectly with the best lands ever, you can't win. You know, like you can't do anything. And I tire of games where I end up losing the game, not because I was the biggest threat, just because the name is most well known. Like I regularly wonder, like, what would a game be like if I changed my name and streamed with like a 2 hour delay or something, right? Haven't seen you play Shoshone. I keep banning Shoshone Godly Force. Oh, I like that, Cuban. That's it. That's a nice statistic. I'm not even gonna try to check the math at the moment. I'm not not even feeling like wrapping my head around it. But basically five. Yeah, well that would make sense, right? There's 5 players and there's 6 drafts and there's 5 players, so they have a 5 times more likely chance to get it than you do. That makes total sense. Looks even slightly higher than that, but it's roughly five times bigger. So yeah, Smurf account exactly. She's kind of boring to play. Oh look, it's Mr. Suicide China. And full honor, Suicide China. No trebuchet. He built trebuchets, 1 or 2 of them, or even 2 catapults. We would have lost that city. You like Mongolia? I don't like Mongolia. I don't like Arabia, and I don't like Mongolia. I don't particularly enjoy a game where my entire game is based around having to war players. And yeah, you don't have to war players as Mongolia or Arabia, but especially as Arabia, people are so scared of camels that they often attack you. You aspire to be one of the players who gets an angry nickname from Filthy. It's not something you want to aspire to. Oh look, he's fucking China again too. Wow. I choose between Siam, Germany, and Sweden. Any plans for another PKA? The PKA plans are pretty independent of me, Veld. Based entirely on what the PKA guys wanted to do. It's their show. Sometimes I get invited in. Twice now I've been invited to be on their show, generally with really short notice and no heads up for me. So I don't know in this is the future of that, Veld. I certainly have enjoyed it both times. Even though I got a little drunk last time, but I enjoyed it both times and would certainly do it again if I was invited on. Siam, Germany, Sweden, all kind of civs with a little bit more complexity to them. But look, all right, medieval ranged unit, medieval ranged unit. These are both war civs in the medieval. Wonder spamming, no. 8-player, no. 8-player, no good. Thanks, Tetrick. Sweden does nothing for me versus the medieval era rush. Siam at least gives me elephants. Siamese elephants start them. Well, the tech tree is longer. You can't. Thing is, you can't really defend a war without some crossbows. You can do elephants. Elephants will turn the tide of a war at crossbows, but knights alone don't really beat crossbows, just because if you can't ever attack into that, you need the roads to really hit and move back. Knights are very fragile versus crossbows. They just do really good damage. It's tough to say. Good. Getting a new draft. Good. I don't have to play with fucking random or Honor China guy with a chip on his shoulder from losing last game to me. Not losing, losing his war. There's going to be like 100% chance he attacked me. Siam is boring. Can be a little boring sometimes. If you don't get the city-state stuff going, it does feel a little generic. I mean, the dream of Siam is to get some city-state influence going. And that's pretty random. Carthage, Byzantium. Alright. Troll bands. Alright. And we choose from Portugal, Songhai, and the Netherlands. Pretty rough go of it, considering the number of powerhouse still remaining in the game. Korea is still in the game. England's still in the game. Fear chooses between Korea, England, and America. WhiskeyJack chooses between Russia, Greece, and Austria. Babylon just got picked. Oh god. So we have Babylon and Korea in the game. So I need to find a strong science strategy or lose. Oh my god. WILDcard will trade. Which players he's played for? I'll take Rome. Nice, I got Songhai for Rome. Alright. So, what do we do? Super strong fucking Liberty Empire, or do we go for the Honor Ballista range Dream? Yeah, give up Babylon for Songhai. You want the Honor Ballista Dream? The Liberty Dream? I mean, it's fucking Rome. They're beautiful, beautiful empire. How is Korea? Overpowered. They just nerfed it a little bit, though. Third time you see me playing